watching LouisVTitan's Money Tuesday.
You got shots behind you. He's one.
No beat down. Other guy's one. Oh, he's running away.
Double kill.
What's up? What's up? What's up?
Produced by LouisVTitan. LouisVTitan's Money Tuesday starts now.
That is right, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Money Tuesday. I am LouisVTitan, and today is February 22nd, 2022. That's a lot of twos, and today we're here for a 2v2 tournament. It is, of course, going to be the $1,000 winner take all between Lucid and Trippy versus Renegade and Stellur. Ladies and gentlemen, that's OpTic versus Cloud9. These are the two best teams in HCS as we speak, and of course, the two best duos that I believe that we could possibly get to play for this $1,000. It is very important though to remember that this is winner take all, so the stakes are very high. The losers are going to walk away with nothing in this event. We are going to be playing a special format. It's going to be called the Money Twos format, and it's our own personal rendition of that. Things are going to start off on Aquarius. Aquarius is an amazing map because it's kind of based on Halo 5's Truth, or even like Midship from Halo 2, let's say, but this is a very boiled down map. It is a 2v2 map in my opinion, and it's probably the best that we have to compete on here in Halo Infinite, and it's very, very aesthetically pleasing in my opinion. There are a couple weapons in this map that we are not going to be using. That's going to be the Heat Wave and the Bulldog. Ladies and gentlemen, we do not want our competitors picking these things up because they are likely to wreak havoc in this match, but nevertheless, there is also plenty to work with on this map. Typically, there's camo top mid, and of course the thruster. That is all fair game, so definitely something that we want the players to use. Moving on, we're going to be using recharge as well. This is a very important map because it is the map with camo and the shock rifle. The shock rifle is definitely a very important weapon. It is very satisfying when you hit perfect kills with it. You have to use it, you have to hit the headshot, and you have to keep it on for a quick second, but you get the perfect kill, and it's very satisfying. We have 4 competitors here that are very, very good with this weapon, and so I'm sure that we're going to see somebody put on a show with that weapon. Another note, do not pick up the Mangler and do not pick up the sword. We don't want these weapons ruining our 2v2 matches here today. And then finally, the last map in the rotation is going to be Live Fire. This map is fire in my opinion because we have the Sniper S7 at top mid, and these duos are definitely going to be battling it out to see who's going to get that thing in their hands and potentially control this map in a very, very, very demanding sense. Now, there also is a power-up, typically over shield. Sometimes it's camo, but nevertheless, this is fair game, right? You can combo the Sniper with the overshield and make some very overpowering plays, but we are leaving weapons like the Bulldog and Heat Wave out of this match as well. Repulsors, spike grenades, all that, you're good to go. It really doesn't make a difference to me, but that is the maps that we're going to be doing. We're going to be playing best of 7, but I want to switch focus to the GAs because once again, do not pick these weapons up. Heat Wave, Bulldog, Sword, Mangler, Dynamo grenades. I know Dynamos, that's definitely a little controversial. The only map that comes into play is Aquarius. So we're asking that the competitors do not pick this up. They can choose to remove weapon pads if they want. Also, if it's cool between both teams, we're going to let them play things out. So if they feel so inclined to change something, that's between them. It's totally, between them. Nevertheless, though, speaking of our competitors, look at these two, probably the most damaging players in Halo as we speak. Anaheim HCS Regional. These are statistics from this, so shout out to Mr. Snow for getting us these statistics. But as you see in gold, the winner of each category, we have Lucid with a 1.31 KD ratio, as well as Renegade with a 1.36. Ladies and gentlemen, Renegade had the highest KD of HCS Anaheim. This man was an absolute demon on the map, and I know that he loves being called that. By the way, 19.3 kills per game out of Lucid, so he's not far behind Renegade with 20.7. These are very close statistics, but as we all know, Cloud9 is definitely the most dominating team in a 4v4 setting, especially on LAN. But we know that this competition today is online, so let's take a look at some of these statistics. HCS Pro Series, this is Cloud9 versus OpTic Gaming. Lucid, a 1.01 KDA versus Renegade at 0.99. Lucid winning this category by a slight margin. Same with kills per game. Lucid on top right here, 19.4 kills per game in OpTic versus Cloud9 in the Pro Series. And then, of course, Lucid as well winning the assist category. But they're not the only ones on the map today. We have Trippy and Stellur, and these two we all know are kind of unsung heroes in this situation. 1.25 KDA in the HCS Pro Series, and this is overall all encompassing all the games that happen. Stellur winning this category at a 1.34. It's very impressive, the work that this man does in the Pro Series. Deaths per game, he has a slight advantage as well at 9.7 whenever Trippy has 9.8. So these guys basically pretty even. 6.4, Trippy winning this category as far as assists goes, and so this is definitely painting a picture of a pretty even match. But this is all 4v4 talk. What about 2v2, Louis V Titan? Well, Money Tuesday champions, you're looking at them right now, Lucid and Trippy. They walked away on November 16th the champions of a monstrous bracket. It was a $5,000 winner take all. 1.26 KD out of Lucid, 1.55 out of Trippy, 14.31 kills per game out of Lucid, and then 10.54 out of Trippy. These guys were dominant, but you ask who was in this match? We'll read them in wheat, folks. You're looking at it. Frosty, Renegade, Snakebite, Royal 2, Druk, Soul Snipe, Bound, Boo Boo Doo Boo, Pyretic, Vimsy, Penguin, Stellur, Ace, Tylenol. The list goes on and on. Kratos, Suspector, Flamesword, Persecute, and they face Eco and Mikwin in the final. It was a shock that Mikwin went down because Mikwin from the CIT team at 343 had extra time in the game, whereas everybody else only had the game in their hands for one day. So it was intense. We were surprised that Mikwin lost this, but in the end, of course, it was Lucid and Trippy that took the cake. That, of course, was a $5,000 winner take all today. Once again, it is a $1,000 winner take all, and we have to thank First Blood for putting up the money in this event. Thank you for having our backs, and Money Tuesday is only here because of these guys. So if you haven't already done so, go to firstblood.io, check out their Halo Infinite tournaments, compete in those tournaments. They're free to enter, and it's easy money if you know what you're doing in the game, you know what I'm saying? Now, I do want to bring in my casters. I'm not going to be casting today, but we are joined with Active and Shyway. Active, go ahead and give yourself an introduction, brother.
What's going on, guys? My name's Active. I'm a caster and content creator for Halo, and I'm very excited today. The 5K champs are back. Can they make a two-peat here? Can they do it twice? We're gonna have to see.
Absolutely. And Shyway, go ahead and give yourself an introduction, sir.
Thank you, Louis. Good to be here. I can't wait to see this 2v2 matchup. I mean, like you said, with all the GAs, this is completely different. And, you know, dare I say, this might be the most skill-based 2v2 we've ever seen. So can't wait to see who's got a better BR, who's got a better snipe in this matchup.
Yeah. While I have you two with me for just a second, I want to hear your predictions. I know it's very early and you guys haven't even given your analytical analysis, but I want to know, Active and Shyway, who do you think is coming out on top? Active, we'll start with you.
Oh, man, it's going to be a tough one. I'm going to honestly say Lucid and Trippy. They've got a lot on the line here. They can go twice. I know Cloud9 is, 6 times in a row they've won, but Lucid and Trippy, great duo. I think they can pull it off again here.
Shyway?
That's fair. Yeah, it's hard to doubt Lucid and Trippy once again, just based off of that last tournament that you just brought up, right? We had, Mikwin and Eco. Mikwin, who had years of experience in the game, up against Lucid and Trippy off of one day, and they still won. There's a synergy between these two that I think is hard to match. If anybody can, it's Renegade and Stellur, but like Active said, I'm going to give my edge to Lucid Trippy.
Let's go. I love it, boys. Definitely on the bandwagon as well for OpTic potentially taking this, but we did a Twitter poll to see who was most likely to sweep. And the audience thinks it's Cloud9, Renegade, and Stellur. And we know, right, these guys are animals on land. The question is, can they convert it to the 2v2 setting? Active, what do you think their chances are of that?
Honestly, yeah, the online is a little bit, in favor of Lucid and Trippy because they are playing from Dallas. We all know Dallas is very strong, but I mean, at the same time, Lucid and Trippy and Renegade, I mean, online and LAN are very, very different, but Lucid and Trippy, they're going to do fine. I mean, I think they have the edge here online, definitely.
All right, boys, I am producing today. You guys are going to be casting, so I'm going to leave the reins to you two. Active, I'm going to leave it to you to take it away, all right, brother? Good luck, boys.
Definitely. All right, we've got a beautiful tournament today. I mean, Shyway, there's no possible way. This is definitely going to a Game 7. We're in the best of 7, obviously, right now. I really don't think this is going to be a sweep in any means. I mean, I know there was a poll on Twitter, but there's no way this is a sweep. I think we've got a really good series in our hands here.
We definitely have a good series. Whether or not it's a sweep, I guess we'll see. But like you said, I mean, especially just starting off with Aquarius Slayer, we took out the Heat Wave. We took out the Dynamos. That was my big question, the Dynamos, right? Those are so powerful. Yeah. If you're spawning up in the back of the fridge, let's say you toss a Dynamo, you're stuck there, you're giving audio cues, you can't even move because the Dynamo's sucking you in, right? So just having those weapons off the map and going BR versus BR, thruster versus thruster, this, I mean, it takes me back to Halo 5, but with, a couple new weapons in the mix. Should be very exciting.
Yeah, I mean, you got to pick up that equipment, right? And these players at the beginning, we saw that first tournament for 5K. There wasn't a lot of picking up of the equipment until we got to the finals. Lucid and Trippy, they knew exactly that, they had to pick up the sandbox. And of course, Miquin, playing the game for as long as he has, he knew that as well. And that's what gave them the edge in this competition. But we're all caught up here. Renegade, we both know, Shyway, that he's caught up so well. He's already probably the best player in the game right now, of course, Lucid being the other. But I mean, they've caught up, and I think that this is going to be an insane match. And of course, yes, those GAs are so huge. Not having that Mangler, to be honest, it really makes me feel good, okay? I hate the Mangler. I think it's way too strong. And of course, it's not in the game. Heatwave, Bulldog, and Sword, I think those change the game as well. But one thing I want to mention, in the last 2v2 we watched, those Dynamos, Shyway, the people tend to pick them up by accident, and then you got to look away and throw them away, because if you cause any damage with them, that's a disqualification.
That's a good point. There's two things, right? So, like you said, maybe a disqualification. At the same time, I believe all of these weapons, if the pro players decide that they want to use them, as long as they make that decision amongst themselves, and they could potentially still end up in this best of 7. So, if they end, we'll just kind of play by ear, Tim, and see if they fight each other with the Heatwave, etc. But I assume they're not going to. And if they don't, then I think it places extra focus on some of the other weapons on the map. The biggest one in Aquarius I'm thinking of is the Insta-Splodes. The plasma nades are still on the map. And we saw that with Miquin back, in the last 2v2. Insta-Splodes are a real thing in 2v2. You can do a lot of damage with those plasmas.
Yeah, and Aquarius is on here 3 times in the best of 7, which I kind of like, because I honestly think it's the most balanced 2v2 map that we have currently. We need more maps, but I think right now, as it stands, I think Aquarius is definitely the most balanced one thus far. I mean, I love right here, Shyway. Look at Renegade. He's already set up in the picture to be staring down his competition. I think he's ready for this. And honestly, if he comes out on fire, it's gonna be real difficult for Lucid and Trippy to two-peat here.
I'm trying to figure out who does the salute better, Tim. Is it Lucid or is it Stellur?
It's gotta be Stellur. It's gotta be Stellur. Look at Stellur's form. Oh yeah, look at that form, man. He knows exactly. He's looking up.
There's like military-esque form in Stellur's salute. He knows exactly what he's doing, and I wonder if that means anything as far as how cracked this guy could be in the series coming up. Of course, you can't deny Trippy's point right at us with both his hands. Means he's he's looking for you. He's he's accurate on the map for sure.
He's ready. I mean, you know what else is really, really incredible is the stats that we were able to look at courtesy of Mr. Snow earlier. I mean, they are very balanced between both these teams. We're within decimal points here, and that really showcases the amount of skill that is in both of these teams. It's no joke that in the last tournament at Anaheim, OpTic was the team to, in the finals to take 2 games off of them, where they, got 3-0'd in the winners. So like, I think that OpTic is starting to come through, and then of course the addition of Formal. We're not really talking fours here, but I think OpTic against Cloud9, I think this is their show match right here. This is like the 2 teams that I think are the best in the game.
Definitely. Between these 2 duos, this is a hell of a show match, definitely. I think that the biggest difference, though, when you put it into 4s, OpTic, based off of what I witnessed in Anaheim, it just seemed like OpTic were lacking in confidence a little bit.
Yeah.
I think C9 are so powerful, so destructive that there's an energy about them when they're just on the map. And I think it kind of put OpTic in a situation where they couldn't play their game. They couldn't stay in their comfort zone. But in 2v2, this is totally different. Only 4 people on the map. Spawns are super easy to understand. It's mano a mano. You got Lucid on the map as well as a massive Slayer. I mean, we got the matchup here on screen. I just think the confidence will be back for OpTic, and when the confidence is there, anything is possible.
Absolutely. And I mean, Renegade #1 in kills per game, 20.7 in Anaheim. I mean, that's just disgusting. I mean, I don't know. Like, he obviously has, like I said, caught up. And I think Lucid is right there behind him. And I don't know. There's also a lot of stats that we kind of don't see on the stat sheet. Obviously, things that are done. And I honestly think in terms of Lucid, I think he does a lot for his team. I think he's all over. I think he's IGLing as well. So I think that's kind of the differentiator between these two. Honestly, you said it earlier. I think who's got the better BR is going to come out on top here. I mean, who's got the better shot? Who's more warm? And honestly, I was watching Lucid earlier today, and he was, dude, he's not missing with his commando, with his BR. This guy is ready to go today.
If we're going down to just raw accuracy, Lucid is top 3 in the game. Easy. It's the way he moves his reticle. He's so damn precise. There's every single movement. He's only moving it as much as he needs to, and just kind of reacting perfectly to every situation. Renegade, his reticle movement is a little, not jittery's not the word. It's a little more frantic. It's also very precise, of course. He's incredible at the game, but there's a different play style behind it. And I find Lucid to be very calculated in the way that he aims. One of the biggest things, though, too, Active, is just the chemistry between these two boys and their timings and their ability to bait and switch as well, right? Accuracy is one thing, but if you can just draw attention and then let Trippy do the damage, that's a whole other, category.
Oh, absolutely. The bait and switching is so big in 2v2. Like you said before, it's only 4 players on the map at a time, and those trades, you come out on like winning 2 fights without taking any trades. You're in the lead like by a landslide, and that little lead at the beginning of the game is going to be huge. Obviously, guys, we are getting into lobby as soon as possible, so please bear with us as we do. And it looks like Shyway, the loading screen is in. Aquarius is our very first map in this Money Tuesday 2v2 show match between OpTic and Cloud9, and I cannot wait to see who pops off today. This is going to be a big tell going into the next tournament, and we're starting off right off the bat, and we're on board with Trippy.
This is it, baby. Finally, 2v2, 1 brand, like you said in the line, and the first kill so important, and it looks like the trade is what it is. So it's up to Lucid in a 1v1 with Stellur to try to kill him for the camo. Stellur's already activated. He's got a thrust as well, and Lucid not going to chase it for now, but Stellur gets away with camo.
I like that play by Trippy. He's just positioning himself on the side of his teammate. Here comes the push, and Stellur's gonna get that kill, but there's gonna be a trade on the other end once again. We are tied at 2 here. Of course, 11 minutes remaining. Stellur getting this first camo. Definitely big, but it's time's running out. He doesn't have a lot of time left here to get value. It's gonna dissipate right there, and you see kind of a split here. Trippy gonna be sitting in that utility, just putting some shots down. It looks like maybe Stellur making a move here, but he's got 2 players in front of him.
Lucid kind of trapped in a rough spot here. About to get pinched. He's taken, and this is where the timing comes into play. Okay, Renegade just gets his kills, right? Doesn't even need the team help, and because of it, this creates a moment of spawn control. They know exactly where they're going to be, and it's all about whether Renegade and Stellur can pinch together here. Timing, patience, massive, and Lucid about to be the victim again.
There it is. Another kill for Renegade. And like you said, the timing is so huge. Trippy's in trouble up top. Stellur's gonna play his life here. Another big thing, playing your life in these 2v2s, making yourself a difficult kill is so essential. And Renegade, it looks like there might be a little push here. The 1v1. Trippy's gonna back off. Both those players back off. That pistol's so huge. The thrust comes into the trade. That's gonna be big.
That's a beautiful trade. You could see how ready he was for that fight, but because of the thrust, he managed to close the distance and make sure that trade goes in at a deficit, despite it's still 6-3 on the board here. Renegade alone, he's got to navigate his way out of this fight. You can see Lucid, Trippy starting to group together, but Lucid wants to make a play. He's sneaking up on Stellur. Renegade gonna catch Trippy alone, though, and now Lucid by his lonesome too.
That camera was up top, and I believe they're going to have that as well. So they have an 8-3 lead. On top of that, I believe Stellur does, or someone has the camo. I don't know if it maybe went down bottom center, but regardless, that lead going to be really difficult to climb from. You see Stellur automatically looking for that thruster, making sure there's always a thruster in his back pocket, essentially making it like Halo 5 and Trippy. Of course, he's doing the same. Renegade's going to be on top of P. Lucid and Trippy, they're having a really difficult time so far, Alex, just finding angles. And I think that's kind of been their problem, and that's why this lead is so large.
It's the communication and timing going to be so massive here. Lucid, when he gets in that fight, He'll let Trippy know, and then Trippy needs to time his approach around it. So, I mean, or Lucid could just take his win in a 1v1, and because of that, that isolates Stellur. Can they quickly collapse, though? They know where he is. Lucid already flying up to utility. He's got Trippy with him, but Renegade somehow spawned nearby, and Lucid needs to be careful on this fight. Using the thrust once again to get the advantage.
There it is. Unfortunately, the trade comes through, and Stellur gonna kill Trippy there once again, so we still have a 4-kill lead. Stellur gonna be taking the 1v1. He's got Renegade behind him with the trade. Very, very big trade, but again, we don't want trades here. If you're OpTic Gaming, we need to get the clean kills.
Yep. Trades are not enough. How the heck is this man alive, by the way? Renegade just bobbing and weaving behind the planters. And for some reason, they can't hit him, and because of it, Stellur gets the kill on the Lucid. And it's little distractions like this that give your teammate time to make a play.
That's the big thing, right? The bait and switch is one thing, but if you're bait and switching, but then you keep poking and putting shots in, and then you've got the individual skill of Renegade, you're talking about a 2x lead right now, 6-12 in favor of Cloud9. And they're looking to extend that. That camo's coming up in 4 seconds. Let's see. Maybe OpTic can get control of that, but it doesn't look like it's going to happen. No way. Because the trades come through once again. That pistol from long range.
Yeah, Stellur from that distance with the thrust backwards. He's still hitting the headshots. And as I say it, Renegade gets his win as well. So camo now on the body in 14-7. Tim, I'm starting to worry about my prediction. I don't know about you, my man.
Same here, man. Same here.
This is looking a little different now.
Comes the push. Camo. Pistol. Honestly, they're playing real scared, Alex. They're sitting inside the base. The trade comes through. Lucid's going to be in another 1v1. Decides to back off. Stellur putting in that damage, but maintaining that top center control. And that's going to allow Renegade to spawn right behind him. Looks like we're going to have both players on both ends of the map here. Look at them spread right there, Alex. Yep. You see that? Stellur going for the flank. Renegade going towards utility. And Trippy in trouble right now. No shields. And that's going to cause another death out of him unless he can stay alive.
No way.
And he does not. Renegade with another kill.
Renegade with 2. Make it a double for this man as he deletes Lucid as well. And once again, they're back on spawn active. You talked about this, them being scared. And to one side, I agree with you. But at the same time, Trippy and Lucid need to find a way to force a kill. And maybe playing slowly is the way to do it. The biggest thing with 2v2 is the pacing and how you can control it. And they need a kill to set the pace. They'll take a trade. It's still not enough.
18-9. Stellur playing that bottom center position here. It's like Lucid is going to drop as well. 30 seconds on that camo. It's going to slow down just a bit. Like you said, that pacing is very important. And OpTic deciding to pace slow. It has not worked out for them just yet, but it's, again, the angles. Cloud9 is able to find every single angle possible, always setting themselves up in positions, and they are winning the 1v1s as well, as you see it right there from Stellur.
Lucid was not ready for that fight. Stellur with the high ground, had his reticle placed, took him easy. Because of it, Trippy now isolated, and the pinch comes in for 20-9. You know what, Active? I don't think, like, regardless of how you pace it, this is looking a little shocked for the red team, especially with the camo for Stellur.
Another camo. Stellur's 3rd camo, I believe, in this game so far. And he's going to use it to, once again, get top center control. Trippy is in that utility. Lucid gets a kill on the bottom left of your screen there, and he's going to end up staying alive as well. This is a very interesting angle. The 2-shot beatdown comes through. Stellur with an easy cleanup. 21-10, four more kills to close out this very first game.
Camo's so massive here. Trippy doesn't know where he is. He can't afford to expose himself to find Stellur. Now Trippy is alone once again. Renegade looking for him. Thankfully, Trippy moving very carefully here. He gets a kill on the Stellur too. Lucid gonna try to collapse. He needs to win this fight, and he'll take it. Still 21-12. We've got quite a road to climb here. Maybe they can snowball. Look at this. Stellur spawning ISO. He's dead, and now Renegade is alone again.
The confidence is starting to come through. Maybe starting to get warmed up just a bit. Renegade versus Stellur. That was a beautiful thrust back. And he gets the trade being no shields. Kills on the board, and you know, there's only 3 kills left for Cloud9, but essentially, if you're bringing the game back, this causes a little bit of confidence and momentum moving into that game too. So even if they're not able to climb this Mount Everest, they can still bring confidence into that next game.
You talk about confidence, but it's just crazy looking at the confidence of somebody like Renegade, though, right? Even in a 2v1, he will stare you down. He will find a way to force a trade, just like Stellur did. And because of that, the win is inevitable. I mean, 23-15 at this point. Renegade, if he stays up, he can keep the lead. He does go down. We need to see perfect play at a Lucid and Trippy if they want a shot here.
Stellur just sitting on that Dynamo spawn. Dynamos are not there, which is very good. That camo up in 1 second. Stellur's eyeballing. He's got the last 3, so he's going to end up dropping down and decides to go for this thrust instead. Trippy reads it, gets the kill, and now Renegade gets the camo. So still Cloud9 with camo in their hand. Renegade playing very slow here. He was getting his shields back, and now an easy 4-5 shot for him on the bottom of the map. That angle's definitely really difficult. Another back smack, the double, and the win for Cloud9 in game number 1.
Ruthless at a Renegade. You kind of know he had it the moment he got the camo. Plays it so patiently too. Active, like you said, he needed the shields. He had high ground. He didn't need to shoot right away, so he took his time and patiently waited. And man, did it pay off with that double to close our game in dominant fashion. Here it is right here. Just patiently waiting till Trippy is compromised. You even see Trippy caught in a reload as well, which is brutal. There's nothing he can do to shoot back in this situation.
Yeah, a lot of discipline there, right? If it was me, I'd be shooting him right away. I got that height advantage, you know, but instead playing very intelligently there, and they've done that for every single kill that they got, and that's why the 17-25 lead comes through. And I'm looking at game number 2 already. It's going to be recharge, Alex, and I really think that if there's any game for OpTic to come back here, it's going to be recharge. Lucid with that shock rifle is disgusting.
I think Lucid and the shock, that's definitely one of the biggest points to look out for. The man, he's nasty, he's cracked, but one of the bigger components to this, in my opinion, is the grapple and the repulsor being on the map, and the fact that the map is not symmetrical as well. It's got open spaces, but also a lot of tight corridors, whereas I find that Aquarius is a lot of open sight lines and kind of an easy map to read and to understand, whereas there's a little more variance here, I think, on recharge. You could mix things up.
Definitely well said. That grapple, you know, we've seen countless plays with that constantly. That pistol's so strong. You see it in the replay there. A lot of players so good with that close range. Love to see that pistol being utilized. Of course, all the sandbox being utilized. But yes, I think that grapple's going to come into play. The camo down bottom. And again, you said the sight line's very, very huge. I'm excited. I really hope they can bring this back. We're going on to game number 2. OpTic Gaming versus Cloud9. Lucid and Trippy versus Renegade and Stellur. Of course, Renegade and Stellur up 1 game right now. We know Renegade from Halo 5, the king of 2s, and he's continuing that title here. And here we go, on board with Trippy.
Trippy and Lucid took a hit for the first round. They need to start strong and set the precedent here, and that's exactly what they do with 2 dead, the camo, the grapple. Tim, they got it all.
They got it all. They've also got that shock rifle like I talked about. This is a very good start. This is the map. Like you had mentioned, it's not symmetrical. This is the map that you want to start with all the weapons. The perfect kill from Trippy.
Renegade's got to watch his face. When you got Lucid in a camo and a shock rifle, that is just so much artillery to put this man down. Stellur dead. The snowball already forming, and Renegade once again going to hit the death screen.
5-0 already. Stellur in a bad spot right now. Like you had mentioned before, isolation is such a big factor. Stellur goes down, and now they're looking for the spawn on A. Look at the intelligence coming out of Trippy here. Knowing that that spawn is potentially on the A side of the map. Renegade going to spawn below him. They've got a little bit of a pinch here. 6-0. My goodness.
Yeah, what I love about that play, though, is he knew Renegade was spawning A, and then he backed off on purpose to just let Stellur spawn there, too, and hold their perimeter. Lucid on one side, Trippy on the other. And just keep these boys trapped in center map. Of course, Trippy in a rough spot here. Worst case, he can play the weapon if he needs to. Lucid, got to come help. Lucid gets deleted, though. Trippy, can he take a trade or run?
He's got to run. No nades. Playing the distance here with his shock rifle. Impressive play so far out of Trippy, though. 4-0, no deaths. The shock rifle in hand. I talked about Lucid with the shock rifle, but apparently Trippy's done his practice as well.
I thought it was Lucid, but yeah, we got to give the man credit where credit is due. He'll take another.
The killing spree, and of course, Alex, the camo down bottom. Lucid challenging the 1v1 against Stellur. Stellur using that commando. Little tap fire action happening. Trippy's on top. It's like he's going to be grappling that. I like the patience there just to make sure you line it up. If you don't get that center, dead center, you're not going to be able to pull it through. And instead, He does get that, and the trade comes through as well. 8-3, Cloud9 starting to come through.
This is C9's opportunity to really swing things back in their favor, especially with all the sandbox that Stellur has to work with here. One of the biggest things on this map, of course, just so many tools of the trade, and we're seeing it right here. Grapple in, Trippy got a run, and Stellur on the chase here, but the play, out of Trippy, almost gave him a chance. Stellur, he iced up, though.
Yeah, Lucid with some great crossfire there, and then he ends up getting his own kill as well. So just a great job by Lucid to watch Trippy try to assist him with that kill. Unfortunately, it did not help. And another 1v1 from Lucid, but Stellur with that commando, my word.
Stellur making me think twice about picking up this commando. Tim, I still don't. Ever since they got the nerf, I still don't grab this weapon. But
same.
But every time I see a pro like Stellur use it, it just makes me think there's something I'm missing here. Look at this as he's out crossing Lucid, though he loses Renegade.
Trippy's flying through, the confidence, the grapple. Gets the double kill there. Trippy's on a different level right now, 7-2. Aware of the spawns once again. Both the Cloud9 are going to spawn there. Lucid looking for that angle. My goodness, the perfect.
Almost hits another two. Stellur will try to back off. Look at this. Lucid trying to get in position for a pinch here. Grapple coming in two. Lights out to Stellur. There's nowhere the man can hide. And once again, Renegade stuck on spawn. Big pick to kill Lucid here. Trippy going to back off.
I was starting to second guess my prediction along with you there, but this is a different OpTic Gaming than we saw in the first game. Maybe a little bit weaker on that Aquarius side, but unfortunately it is there 3 times. The repulsor comes through, the grapple away to save his life, but wait, he challenges back.
This is such a Halo Infinite moment. Oh, he got stuck. No, he didn't. Neither of them got. Okay, and a death stick too out of Lucid. Well, that's the trade that you want to see. But my God, what I meant to say is just the display of the sandbox here active. We got the camo in play too. But the fight between the grapple, the repulsor, the shock, all of it coming together on recharge.
Yeah, those trades definitely in favor of OpTic Gaming here. As you see, obviously Trippy does have that camo, and we'll see if he can get some value out of it. Renegade not aware. The kill comes through from him. He's going to push back. The repulsor gets a couple shots in, plays his life. Well played by Trippy.
Stellur, no choice but to back off. And of course, when he does, the pinch comes in to Lucid. Trippy! Double hidden shots, cross map. That's a double for Trippy and a shock back in his hands. All the I can't do it, Tim. You take over.
My word, my octaves went up so high there, it sounded like a little girl. That was insane. He challenges the king on the Renegade. Still challenging Trippy on a different level right now. 13-4 out of him. That deadly catch was sexy.
There's so many little moments that I got to nerd out about that play, Tim. He hit a crouch jump and grappled the shock to himself at the same time, and then pre-aimed and snapped onto the head of a Renegade. Cross map, just unreal what he put together. A 10-kill advantage for it, and Stellur, you gotta hit a shot to answer back.
5 more kills, another stick comes through for Lucid. 1 down so far. Renegade on his lonesome, gonna get a kill onto Trippy. Bring it within 10 once again, and of course that Mangler not in play, thank the Lord. The shock rifle, though, really showcasing the talent of these players. Here comes the push. Trippy's going to get that kill. Lucid and Trippy starting to click a little bit here.
Absolutely. On top of that camo coming up and Stellur being alone, he cannot afford the challenge. The Renegade does spawn with him. He's looking for a competitor, but Stellur already dead. Okay, Lucid. Almost dropping Renegade. Trippy will take it instead. He'll take the camo. Active, just 1 more kill, and they'll be putting the lights out on this one.
Yeah, just 1 more kill, and I've got to talk about it. That 4 kills in the beginning, that secured it. They're gonna get the game number 2, but it was so crucial to get that opening 2 kills. It allowed them the entire sandbox on the map. They literally took advantage of every single weapon and equipment that they could, and they snowballed that into this incredible victory for game 2. We're tied 1-1.
Oh, damn. You know what? I think you were right about a best of 7. I think this is going all the way, Tim. I think we're going back and forth on this one. And beautiful that you said what you said, because the starting strat does set the precedent, whether it's 4s or 2s. If you start strong, then, man, do you have a lead to work with.
We've got some different things on the map coming up next, though. Live Fire is game number 3. We've got that sniper up top. We've got just a different map, and that means a different form of pacing for both of these squads. And wow. I mean, I would love to see a game 7. Look at these stats.
I mean, coming into this, we're thinking, okay, Lucid versus Renegade, right? The big main slayers, the big threats to look out for. Trippy said, nah, you forgot about me. I'm the main playmaker here, right? Look at this. I thought it was Lucid for the first 4 kills. It was Trippy the whole damn time. This man's a monster.
He went absolutely off there, and I've got to point out, like, again, this is Halo's a mental game. We both know that. That the confidence that he came through on that LPR and Renegade on C-Long was incredible, and I really hope that he continues the confidence and they continue this momentum in game number 3 because they're going to need it. Renegade and Stellur are no pushovers.
Renegade and Stellur, they came in hot. Trippy and Lucid, they answered back even stronger. Now it's Renegade's turn. I mean, Tim, I'm waiting for demon mode. We got to see it, and we got to see it with the snipe right here for the starting strat.
Here we go.
Oh, my God.
Lucid, no trade. There comes the trade from Trippy. Again, Trippy ending up the last man alive out of the entire lobby, and look at him going for the sandbox once again. That camo going to be delayed off the start here, coming up in about 5 seconds. And, of course, OpTic Gaming had the lead.
He's about to take another. Wait a sec. Oh, that was a saving grace by, what was it, Lucid's BR? Or maybe a grenade?
Oh my.
A stick on the Stellur as well. They've taken the momentum active. They've just punched it into game 3.
Yeah, we've got to see, you said it perfectly, okay? We've got to see Demon Mode coming up here from Renegade. He's got to pop off in this game because Trippy and Lucid are really feeling themselves right now. And we see Trippy. He's got that camo and sniper, and he's going to be pushing Stellur confidently here. What's going to happen?
The spawn awareness is huge. He knows Stellur's here, and Stellur not aware of it. But you can see Lucid is dead, so he's got to play this patiently. Renegade, careful. He'll take it. Stellur going to look for him, but Trippy puts him down. Active. You got to just give credit where credit is due. This man knows what's up.
No way.
Oh, he's up.
Look at the
He's up in the
confidence
air.
out of this man. He knows the spawns are happening on Brutes, decides to go for a flashy play. That was just having fun. Lucid gonna get a kill with that commando. And this sniper still 4 bullets left in the chamber, and he's also got 1 repulsor. Please do me a favor, make a show here for us, Trippy. 4-0 to start.
I mean, he's already done it. The man's gonna make me lose my voice in 1 hour, apparently. We got, okay, wait for it. Oh, Renegade just gonna tease us with that challenge. Dangerous, he takes a kill. Trippy comes in for the spree, and this man, he has been hard to shut down. I think this is the key for Stellur Renegade. They need to shut down Trippy. He's been on one.
I like the play to back off here. Camo is coming up. He's got bullets to work with, and now the spawns are coming on the B side, but Lucid has an angle on that camo potentially. 8-3 to start. Stellur.
Wow.
It's taken out. Lucid's gonna get the camo. Another big win for OpTic.
Lucid getting away with that camo gives even more artillery against Renegade Stellur here. 9-3 as well. Renegade looking for an answer. Tries again. What? Dude, no way. Okay, sorry, Active. I'm freaking out here. What, he repulsored him up and out of the fight. Renegade could not fight back. Despite it, I guess Stellur still got the kill, and Trippy will take the trade to end it. But what an exchange there.
Alex, are we going to see a killing frenzy here? Trippy, 7-0, has not died yet in this game. Absolutely on fire. 15 seconds for that new sniper. You know he's looking for that. The repulsor up top gets the kill on. Wow, okay, gets the kill on the Stellur with a melee there. 11-4, the score so far.
Yeah, I think we might see that frenzy, especially if Trippy gets this new snipe. I know Lucid might want it too, but I think you might as well give it to Trippy. Still going off. Renegade dead again. And 1v1 here. Stellur gets out. Stellur has the snipe, and I think the biggest opportunity C9 have had to turn things around. A beautiful play out of Stellur.
Great killjoy there on kill number 9. Renegade's gonna get a kill onto Lucid, so waking up a little bit is Cloud9. See the spawns on the B side there from Trippy, potentially pushing that nest, and I like this over-aggressive play from Stellur. Not really over-aggressive, but just kind of holding that mid-area of the map.
Confident angle,
yeah,
for sure.
Definitely.
But not exactly where they were, right? They're sitting on B. And you gotta love this out of Trippy Lucid. They slow the pace of play down when they're at a deficit, and they find ways to work together and break through. And now Renegade's in trouble. Trippy gonna stay alive.
That is so well said there. Cloud9 had the power weapon in the sniper, so they play slow, just go for a pick. And because of that, Trippy's gonna have the sniper back in his hands. Lucid pushing that camo. That's gonna be up in about 2 seconds here. Just playing slow up top. Lucid gets the camo, and he's also able to play his life. They're going to have some options to work with, and now just kind of slowing down the pace of the game. Renegade and Stellur are going to be pushing on the outside.
You got to love just the freedom that these boys have to make plays with only 4 on the map. There's just a whole different pace, a whole different style of Halo, Tim. You know what? I want to hear what this style of Halo sounds like in the comms. Let's jump in with a quick listen in with Lucid and Trippy.
Stellur, I don't know.
I'm going in there.
Right behind you.
I'll be in the corner hiding. Oh. That green, I think.
Got shots from Stellur. Renegade, I'm not sure. Yo, top mid on me. Half shields. Got one more top mid. He's chasing me, man.
Got him. Sniper down. Spawn garage, they're gonna be like power.
It's one shot top mid. I wanna fight that. They're gonna have a sniper.
Yeah, he's bottom middle. Wait, one shot bottom middle dropped. Looking for his teammate.
Both bottom mid. One shot. Yes.
Team
Nice.
nearing victory.
Playing for Repulsor.
Man, Tim, I gotta say, it's just wild to see how fast the pace of play is, but then how calm their communication is. These guys, they sound like they're chilling, but they're so focused.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like, it sounds like it's just another day of matchmaking for these two, and it's incredible to see. We're seeing some deja vu as well from the last game, 21-11, a big lead, but a nice kill from Renegade. Maybe can open up the map just a tad. Goes for the challenge, pulls off the map, mind the gap.
What's even more devastating, though, is the fact that Lucid somehow still kills Renegade for 22 as well. I mean, Renegade makes a massive play, but Lucid just took some win out of that. And once again, Trippy, the man, still on a tear here, active 23. 2 left to close it, another snipe in his hands. And all of a sudden, Renegade Stellur looking like they are struggling a bit with this series.
That was an incredible read right there by Trippy. Knowing that Stellur was holding that angle, he might have gotten some communication there, but if he didn't, this guy has got insane game sense. Going for that no scope, not going to hit it. Decides to drop down safely at the bottom of the tower. Renegade's going to get a kill, and Lucid's going to trade. Here comes the push from Renegade! The Steak-tacular and the no scope to close out game number 3.
Third time's a charm, baby. You weren't sure if he was going to hit it, right? He goes 1, whiffs 2, and the third one just takes his face. Love to see it, and I mean, plays like this is just why I love Halo. Tim, here it is, 1, 2, and 3.
The one that matters, the one that matters. Yep. Steak-tacular. Absolute incredible job. Alex, 15-4 on a trip. Like, we keep talking about Lucid, but Trippy really coming through.
Yeah, I mean, on top of that, too, it's a smart play, too, right? Because he's just burning the ammo. He's inching closer to the edge of the map. If Trippy's in trouble, he's going to jump. He's going to throw that thing off the map or burn the ammo in it as well. So it's just, you know, the guy's making plays left and right. Like you said, it shows in the stats, 15-4. If they don't put him down, then, you know, I take it back. This ain't going to game 7. This is going to game 5 or something.
I was actually going to mention that as well. So we saw Aquarius in game number 1. Obviously, Cloud9 came out on top of that one by a landslide. And then we saw Recharge live fire. And you're hoping that maybe Cloud9 can get Aquarius again. But no, we're going to Recharge again. So this is really scary. Okay. Like, Cloud9's really got to come through and win this Recharge.
I think the biggest thing is when you put these power weapons in play, the snipe and the shock in the last map is just, you know, Trippy's been the main playmaker. But I think the biggest thing is just Lucid and Trippy's ability to control the weapon together and to also neutralize it when their opponents have it as well, right? Stellur earlier had the snipe. Stellur had a massive opportunity. He's looking for spawners. Where is Lucid and Trippy? They're hiding in different corners of the map, and they perfectly pinch and wait for their moment and take it. That's the big difference maker here. Here it is with Stellur. Stellur makes a big play. He's got an opportunity. That opportunity didn't last because Lucid and Trippy didn't allow it to.
Yeah, they've really got to come through here. I know, of course, we've got another sniper map on the board coming with Recharge, but, you know, obviously, we're seeing Lucid and Trippy really take advantage. And like you said, such well played, such great plays coming through when the other opponents have the sniper to come through and just take it away. But here we go. Recharge once again, the shock rifle being the factor here. Trippy absolutely bloodthirsty on fire right now. There's no way to stop this man. The only way to win this series for Cloud9 is if you stop Trippy.
If you win the damn starting strat too, right? They got to watch themselves. They got obliterated on the starting strat of this map last time, but this time a little different. Somehow Lucid gets a nade trade with Renegade, but despite it, Trippy slips away with the camo. Stellur knows where he is. But all of a sudden, advantage, Lucid, Trippy once again. Oh, no way.
Oh my God. This is insane. Like, the guy's got incredible honestly, I've been watching a lot of Trippy, and he's always got the confidence, right? This man has, you know, he's lost weight. And when you lose weight, honestly, when you look good, you feel good, you're going to the gym, everything's kind of clicking, and it's happening for him right now. He's going to have the shock rifle, and now picking up the grapple as well. Looking for Stellur. Can he get this kill too?
Oh, I mean, I'm expecting him to at this point. It's just ridiculous. And I mean, Tim, to some extent, I agree with you. You know, losing weight definitely helps. But this man, he's more than just weight loss. You know, he's got something different going on here, Tim. The dude is cracked.
So much more.
You know,
Jeez, dude, you've got to be kidding me.
It's just making me think of all the 2's EXP that Trippy has. If you think about it, Trippy's got more 2's experience, I think, than maybe any of these boys across both Halo 5 and Halo 3, right? He teamed in 2's with Lucid back in Halo 5, but also Halo 3, he dominated with Tylenol, with several other players. I mean, the guy's, he's got experience.
And that's one of the big things, Alex, is just like, I constantly said it before when he was playing Halo 5. The guy was winning championships in Halo 5, also winning tournaments in Halo 3. He's just doing just everything, and he's showing it here. The 2's experience definitely comes into play. I 100% agree. And we're on board with Lucid right now. That camo coming up in about 14 seconds. And you see Lucid taking a different angle. But like you said, the sightline's not as open.
They got to deal with Trippy. The man still has the shock, and finally Stellur gets the kill. Trippy gets a trade, or sorry, Lucid gets a trade on the Renegade. 1v1 Stellur, Lucid. Stellur needs sights on the camo because Lucid about to grab it and doesn't quite hit the curb slide out, but he's far enough away to get to safety here.
He's got to watch more Shyway videos.
No, you can tell he went for it too. He knows what he's doing.
Here comes the repulsor. Oh, nice kill by Stellur, and it looks like Cloud9 starting to pick things up just a bit. 3-kill deficit here for them. Trippy being confident. You see Stellur up top on that glass. The angle is going to be so huge. He's able to put shots into Trippy, who is pushing. And now Lucid trying to get this cleanup onto Stellur, but playing his life on the battery. And he definitely plays his life correctly because he gets that kill as well.
Big opportunity for Renegade here if he plays this well. Still got 4 shots. He's got Stellur with him. What can Stellur do to bait? Oh, he doesn't have to do anything, apparently. Oh, he takes a double two. And that's the answer we needed, right? Now Renegade's hot. Now they got to shut him down.
Alex, we heard the comms. Okay, we heard the comms of Lucid and Trippy, but we're starting to see Cloud9 come through. I want to go into a listen-in with Cloud9 and see what their comms sound like coming back in this game.
I'm on glass, bro.
Right.
On grapple weak. One shot bats. Nice. What? Trippy's on bats weak.
Don't see him. Turbine, Trippy.
Weak, really weak pipes.
C flat, I'm living.
For that. Yo, 1 C plat.
Bottom beer. Okay. Bottom beer, bro. Oh no.
Dude, bat ledge and bottom mid on camo.
Yeah, he's getting camo. Give me a turbine. Turbine and top red. They have camo.
Guys going long haul, I think.
Where be?
Top class with camo.
His shock. Fuck, his camo shock. Yeah.
Alright, he should be almost out. Dude, I spawned bottom mango pit. What the fuck? One's top red. One's top red. Are the guys sniping me?
They're both red?
One's on me turbine. He's top alley sniping. Trippy was fucking, I don't know.
Get one shot. Oh, dude, Trippy corner.
We've got it. We've got an incredible game here, a 2-kill game. Of course, OpTic being in the lead, and I mean, Lucid starting to show up right now. We see him on our screen. He's got the shock rifle. This is exactly the spot he wants to be in.
Tension high at this point, Tim. Game 4, the closest game we've seen so far. Renegade Stellur, they take this, they tie the series. But of course, Lucid, Trippy, they pull away if they do this. And they might with the shock right here. Look at this. Stellur's inching. So, no. Careful. Careful where you go here. At least he's got the info. Look at look at Lucid change angles.
You love that right there. That's like a Counter-Strike peek, just to get a little bit of information, like you said. And with that information, they're going to be able to...
Oh my
word! That is such an aggressive grapple play. You've got to be kidding. Renegade gets the trade, though. So Lucid on his back foot here, but Renegade decides not to push in, decides instead to take that top glass area, and Stellur gets that C-plat spawn, and here comes the push.
Oh. I mean, Lucid's kind of a nutcase, Tim, right? He's like plasminate out front, no problem. Let me just grapple over it and headshot you with the shock. Well, I do. He's a maniac. Here we go. Spree in Stellur. Down for the double. My God, what a play from Lucid. Now he's heating up.
I was going to say, it's a little bit scary here, okay? You've got Trippy who popped off, and now we know Lucid is popping off as well. Both players pulling the weight, and you got to love that, right? If you're having not as good of a game as you've had the past 2 games, your teammate comes through and pulls the weight for you both, and that's exactly what you need in a team, especially in 2s. And you see Lucid looking for the angle once again on the glass.
Oh my.
The peek again. Very intelligent by Renegade.
Yeah, that was a strategic peek, I think, right? He's like, all right, this guy needs to waste his ammo, so let me just bob in and out and maybe force a shot, bait a shot out of the guy. Either way, 15-13 at this point, despite the plays. Oh my God, he's gonna kill for this. Wait, no, he thought he had a second nade. Oh, beautiful counter though, right? So he throws a bank nade off the wall, hits a curb slide on an angle to immediately meet him for a fight. Then he's gonna skill jump his way up to face Stellur too, but he's putting all the mechanics together here and then repulsing out. I mean, this is a clinic out of Lucid.
Great communication out of them both as well to know exactly where he's sitting. Renegade gonna jump out. No shields, unfortunately, does not get that kill, and re-challenging again. Showing some confidence here, but again, Trippy is there. Lucid understands that. Backs off the fight, lets Trippy clean it up. And again, the shock rifle in the hands of Trippy. It's like the push comes through. Oh no. Oh no. I don't ever see that weapon used, and when I do, it's funny.
You know, that's one of the big question marks for me too, right? When there's no mangler on the map, you've got other weapons to work with. There's a plasma pistol, there's a needler on this map, there's a disruptor as well. That's a nerdy weapon to take advantage of, or you just 2v1 the guy. Trippy right here gonna have to bounce out. Lucid gets a kill because of it. Can't kill Renegade, and Renegade, maybe he can get the shock. We'll see.
That was a really great read by Renegade to know exactly where he was going to push. Decides to go for that kill. Does not trade, which is going to be big. It's a 3-kill game so far. Still in favor of OpTic Gaming. Lucid with this camo. Spots Renegade a little bit low. There's a C-plat player. Renegade comes back. The nade kills him.
Shouldn't have done that.
Now Lucid, look for the pinch here. Stellur's trying to get away. The beatdown comes through. No kill. Stellur stays alive.
No, for now, right?
No,
you know he's being hunted. And that's a big thing in 2s as well, is they know how to predict where they're going to go, but they can hear them. The audio cues as well.
Right.
Lucid, the man's a menace on the map. He's going to find you, and he's going to take your face, too. Be careful, Stellur. Another shock in their hands. Plenty of ammo to work with. A 6-kill advantage as well. Stellur, Renegade, they need to find some sort of an opening or die trying.
That's a very good point as well. When it's a 2v2, less players on the map, there's a lot more sound to work with.
Yep.
And sound actually being a very big factor in Halo Infinite. It's a shot from Lucid, not going to connect. Trippy going for that long flank here. Looks like he's on top. Going to be watching this C-long area. They know Renegade is in there. The push comes through. Look at the trade. Nice job. Nice teamwork out of OpTic Gaming.
Beautiful little bait and switch. This is the reason that Trippy Lucid pull away. They work together so efficiently. They're communicating so well. Renegade going out with a bit of a solo challenge and getting taken advantage of because of it. Full use of the plasma pistol there too. He'll take that trade to the bank. That's 23 now.
2 more. Lucid gonna throw a nade at himself, unfortunately there, but 16 and 6 out of him in this game so far. This is not looking good if you're Cloud9 right now. OpTic Gaming could end up 3-1 in this series, only needing 1 more to close it out. $1,000 going to the first place team.
Oh, Renegade gets 1 though. Can he get the second? He can't quite bounce out. And that's a situation right there where I feel like if Renegade just doesn't move, if he just hides behind the pole and plays his life, trust that Stellur will come help you. And that teamwork could hopefully allow them to close the gap. But at this point, it's a GG. Ooh. You can't stop Lucid, and a commando cross map. He'll just shut it down.
OpTic Gaming up 3-1 in this Money Tuesday 2v2 $1,000 tournament partnered with FirstBlood.io. They only need one more to close this out. $1,000 is a lot to take to the bank. Split between two players. $500 on the day for an hour of playing. These players 100% deserve it, though. The best players in the game, Alex. I mean, what an incredible showing out of Lucid there.
Definitely looking like it. Like you said, $1,000 for two people on a Tuesday. On the 2nd of the 22nd of the second month of the 22nd year of 2000. Anyway, there's a lot of twos. And a lot of money to be shared amongst these two individuals. So, yeah, like you said, they deserve it. These boys looking damn good. 61% accuracy out of Lucid. Trippy stole the show in the last two games, so Lucid said, okay, all right, my turn. Let me take the weapon. Let me do my thing.
Alex, we've got a little bit of a storyline here, okay? Aquarius is the next map. The only map that Cloud9 has won so far in this series. There's no sniper to work with.
Okay.
None at all. And that, I think, is going to play a little bit of a factor. But something I noticed in that very first game, Lucid and Trippy weren't really on the same page as they have been in these next three games. Or, sorry, two games. And
you mean Stellur and Renegade are on the same page, or Lucid and Trippy?
No, Lucid and Trippy from that very first game.
Oh, okay,
they didn't seem like they were on the same page, but they've really turned it around in these next two.
Adaptation, right? The weapon's a big part of it, for sure. I think that's the biggest playmaking we've seen is out of the shock rifle, out of the sniper on these two maps, and then all the other artillery you got to work with. So that'll definitely be helpful for Renegade Stellur. But like you said, adaptation. These boys are working well together. They're communicating well together, and maybe that's enough to end this series right here, right now. Though going back to Aquarius, I think, is also the best chance for Stellur and Renegade to get the confidence back, to bounce back, and to give us a series that goes down to Game 7. I mean, Active, look at that. There's two Aquas in these final three games. So if Renegade and Stellur can take this, they can jump to live fire. They can maybe push this the distance. This is their final opportunity. $1,000 on the line, boys. Let's see it.
This is it. They won the first game on Aquarius. Can they win this next one is the question. They seem to play really well together on this map, that being Renegade and Stellur. I can't wait to see this. I honestly think we're going to a Game 7. And we're hopping on board with Renegade. Can they extend this series, or is OpTic Gaming going to close it out?
Oh, Trippy will close a melee with the distance there, that's for sure. Stellur does get a trade. Camo did go in hands of Lucid, though, and Lucid, with high grounded Camo, there is not much you can do to stop him.
That is a good lead so far, 2-1. Renegade stuck in the yellow base. A nade's gonna come through. That's gonna isolate him. No spawns coming through here for him. He's gonna be in trouble. Here comes the push, and I love that escape out of him into utility. He's gonna spare his life. And honestly, this camo out of Lucid, the value not too big right now as he pushes through. Potentially looking for Renegade, but Renegade's escaped, and here comes the push from both of them, Stellur and Renegade. And a 2v1, Trippy goes down.
That was actually beautiful out of Renegade and Stellur. Like you said, Lucid and Trippy made a smart play to try to isolate and pinch Renegade by himself, but because Renegade escaped and then regrouped with Stellur, they turned that situation around. They took kills. Now they have the momentum. Because of it, they're now together. Again, top car.
The momentum and the lead by one here. Stuck in the utility, though. Trippy does have top center. He's got to be careful of that crossfire from the left from Lucid, but Lucid looks like he's dealing with his own problem. Stellur and Renegade, both no shields. Might be a little bit of a slowdown here, as I think both players from both teams are low shields. It looks like Trippy taking that long flank. It might pay off here. This is really scary for Renegade. He's down to no shields. Can Lucid clean him up?
There we go.
There it is. Perfect play out of OpTic Gaming.
That's the type of teamwork and timing you want to see out of Lucid and Trippy. They shut Renegade down. Now Stellur is alone, but smart out of Stellur to back off, play his life. Renegade spawning near him. Once again, though, Trippy, Lucid, they know exactly where they are. And the pinch coming in here. Stellur needs to take the fight, but Lucid, with the thrust, he can outplay.
We got a tie game. Camo coming up in 3. Lucid's playing his life here. An intelligent play. You see Cloud9 not in a position to grab this camo, and Lucid going to go back towards top center. But he's got to contest with Stellur here. The 2-shot melee comes through. Gets the last shot. That's going to be a trade as well. 2-0 in that trade. Really great for OpTic Gaming.
Beautiful. Perfect little snowball opportunity. They now force the spawns to the opposite side of the map. They're aware of it, too. So they know where to expect their opponents. And Lucid, I've seen him do this a couple times. Active. He's one of the few people to take full advantage of this carbine and try to cross map with this damn thing. I find this thing difficult to use sometimes.
I hate it.
But yeah, but Lucid, he makes it look easy. So we'll see if he puts it in play. Unless he gets pinched, he's the kill on Renegade. He'll take the kill on Renegade and bounce out.
It was a great bait on that thruster there.
Oh, he's dead. Look at this.
Gets that clean up. Here comes Stellur. Stellur pushing through the front. Oh my word. Almost got the kill. Stellur, though, clutched it up there. It's going to bring it within one.
Nice little battle of the sandbox, too. Stellur still living in this situation. Renegade going to help him stay alive. But once again, using the sidekick to win that fight, right? Lucid comes in, BR thrust, he's got it all, but sometimes the sidekick, close range is the difference maker. So far, though, still pretty damn close here. Active. Renegade Stellur still looking for their chance to pull away.
Thrust not going to help him in this scenario, but he is still going to stay alive. Lucid backed off with the nade there on the left side of your screen. He's going to play his life. Trippy going to meet up with him as well. You see both players on both teams, on the same side of the map, and that camo coming up in 24 seconds. There comes the push. Great shots by Lucid and the melee. Beautiful job.
I mean, even better close, like the timing, right? The thrust forward to immediately extend that and get into melee range. Lucid knows that if he's got you weak enough, he can force a melee quickly, and you can't react in time. Stellur dead too. Renegade alone. Camo about to spawn, and Renegade, what does he do to deny this with a 2v1 advantage? Not too much. This is going once again to Lucid and Stellur, or Trippy.
That is a beautiful push by Lucid. It's going to grant him the camo. Trippy does go down. I love that jump on top of the ledge, but he goes down. Beautiful teamwork on a Cloud9 there.
I mean, like you said, display of mechanics. He gets up into a great spot, tricks up the timing, but what's even better is teamwork in that situation. Stellur Renegade starting to pull it together when it matters most. Just a one-kill game here. But Renegade Stellur, they know where to expect them. I think you can see Stellur just checking his corners.
Here comes the push here. Trippy plays his life, throws a decent nade there. It's going to take him down to no shields. It's going to be Stellur. Decides to back off. The push coming through. Stellur is aware of it, using that sound once again. Trippy's not going to be able to clean up that kill, though, and the push is going to come through. Lucid is holding that angle. Look at this play by OpTic. Oh my gosh, and he gets the trade, and he stays alive, but no. Trippy with a great trade to kill him.
Beautiful shot from Trippy to somehow take that kill as he slid by, but you got to love the awareness out of Stellur there to know that Lucid's around the corner and to not just fly out and die. He played that carefully. Despite it, though, trades come in 11-10. Like you said, this is nail-bitingly close, Active. This is the final game in this series for Renegade Stellur to do something. Or $1,000 in the pockets of Lucid Trippy.
This is a lot closer than that first game, which is what we like to see. Lucid going to try and clean up that kill on bottom center. He gets it. I believe it was assisted there, so a 2-kill lead.
There's an invisible, just to nerd out for a second there, Tim, there's an invisible little ledge that Lucid just jumped off to skip his clamber to get up the top. It ultimately didn't impact the situation in his favor, but little moments like that. We'll see a lot more of it, I'm sure, when the timing is right.
I love that. I love how the game evolves and people start to find these different invisible ledges and different mechanics to use. Renegade, 1v1 versus Lucid. Lucid gonna win that one. Renegade was weak. And that's going to bring it to a 2 lead once again, and Trippy gets another camo, so this could potentially really start to turn this game in favor of OpTic Gaming.
Still just a 1-kill game. Trippy high ground, camo, sights on 2 players. Stellur will attempt to challenge him, but Trippy in a good spot here, and he can really make this work too. Lucid can back him up. Pinch about to form here too. He's got thrusters. He's got playmaking opportunities. This could be devastating if they don't shut him down. Renegade's right nearby. Trippy almost escapes. But the trade, honestly, to delete the camo might be enough. Oh my god. Lucid still takes the fight, though.
Just barely. Renegade missing those shots there. Stellur trying to clean up the kill. Another trade comes through. Constant trades back and forth. Making sure to clean up those kills are actually very essential to keeping this game close here. It looks like Trippy in a trouble. That nade was beautiful from Stellur. It's going to tie the game up.
All of a sudden, we are so damn close. And, you know, this is what I love about the GAs, though, too, Tim, right? Like, there's no heat wave. There's no dynamos. It's very difficult to snowball the game. You just got to outshoot with your BR. And right now, we got to see Stellur live. Almost does. Lucid takes him. That extends things by 2. And once again, here's where, you know, the mechanics, the slides, the thrusts, all of it comes into play when you don't have, you know, a couple dynamos to slow you down.
I love it. I love to see the GAs. The perfect from Lucid. Beautiful shots. Once again, pay attention. That camo coming up in 25. Lucid with another kill on the board. That's going to extend it to a 4-kill lead right now, and Lucid doing a great job of forcing or pushing these spawns, I should say, but Renegade still gets that spawn.
Yeah, they're making Stellur Renegade feel the pain here. Look at this. They can't seem to find an opening, and the snowball in session. I mean, all those trades are money for Lucid Trippy. 4 to close the game. Camo about this spawn. Trippy in perfect position for it. Does he just fly for it? He does. And Renegade Stellur, they got no openings. They got to play perfect here, Tim, or it's series over.
They have to. Renegade doesn't. Gets taken down. Stellur, not sure where to go. The double kill comes out from Trippy. 2 more kills for OpTic Gaming, and they're going to walk home with $1,000 between the two of them.
The teamwork is just too elite. You know, we saw it back day 1 with Infinite against Mikwin Eco. We're seeing it again here against C9, Trippy, and Lucid. They're just, they're cut above when it comes to 2v2, Tim. And they're about to shut the game out here. Stellur, the final victim to close it. He'll do it for a 25 to what, 19-18 close and a series win. $1,000 richer are Lucid and Trippy after that one.
What a great showing by OpTic Gaming here. I did not expect a game like that to turn out the way it did after seeing that game number 1, but Lucid and Trippy turning up when it mattered the most. And once again, the teamwork really coming through there. Look at Lucid, 16-10. A beautiful showing by him. We did not see the demon come out of Renegade in this 2's tournament, but regardless, both teams playing incredible. OpTic Gaming gonna win your $1,000 Money Tuesday, partnered with First Blood.
Well-deserved win, and like I said, Trippy and Lucid, they're different when it comes to 2s. Their teamwork is immaculate, but it's also not LAN, right? So you gotta also give it to Renegade Stellur. You put these boys on LAN, they are incredible. It's hard to doubt them. So you know, different time, different day, maybe on a different Tuesday, they'll come back, bounce back, show us they have what it takes to turn things around here. But I mean, look at the damage. Over 5K damage at a Lucid to close that game. Trippy stole the show early on. Lucid came back in, and both of them just kind of heating up throughout the tournament. Like you said, it started with a surprise, though, right? Both of us were about to doubt our predictions off of game 1.
Yeah, I did not expect that on game 1. I just feel like maybe it was kind of, I wouldn't say a warm-up game because Lucid was, you know, playing beforehand, but maybe just kind of like they weren't gelling together in that first game, and they just kind of, you know, they picked it up as time went on. Of course, you know, that starting strat on recharge where they, you know, they got those first 2 kills really kind of turned the pace and turned the momentum in their favor, and it was just great to see. And like you said, it's like a tag team in the WWE, right? you let a guy pop off, and then you're done, so you're like, okay, I'm going to tag Lucid in, and he comes in and pops off when it matters the most. Just great teamwork overall as well, and all the angles that they were able to take, playing their lives. And of course, again, I gotta bring this up because it is such a big factor. The pros say it all the time, confidence. It was so apparent in Trippy and Lucid. I mean, that the one play that I really, you know, keep thinking about is that recharge play where Trippy was no shields and comes out and long range challenges Renegade and gets the kill. Just incredible by both of these players.
Yeah, I mean, we saw it on recharge. We saw it on live fire too, right? Trippy snipes Renegade, but he has in the back of his mind, he knows Stellur's sitting on B. So he flips over to his, what does he do? Like a 45-degree turn immediately on the freaking controller. And then snaps and hits his face too. And active, I know, you know, as a mouse and keyboard player, even for you, that's, you know, that was some high-speed movement there.
Absolutely. Every time I see like a crazy flick on a controller, I'm just so impressed. I mean, you know, there's always that debate there, but control players, when these guys are at a high level, I mean, a controller flicking like that is not easy at all. Just so you guys know, make sure you follow the channel here on LVT. We do these Money Tuesdays all the time. We're partnered with First Blood to bring you, like, I think 12 more or 11 more tournaments, you know, coming up, and a lot of them are open tournaments where you can sign up and potentially you can be the one in the show match coming up, you know, in the coming months. But regardless, make sure you follow the channel. Again, thank you to First Blood for partnering with us for these tournaments. It's been incredible casting with you, Shyway. This has been a great tournament in general. I've had a blast, and honestly, I did predict this, or we both did predict this, but, you know, unfortunately, it didn't come to a Game 7. I wish it would have.
I feel like that dude from Gladiator. He's like, are you not entertained? Or whatever he says. I don't know. Because like you said, look at the quality here. Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, anybody who's currently watching, we've got the best players in the world head-to-head for a grand. Nice little show match. And LVT and First Blood, they put this on just about a weekly basis. They're always running tournaments like this with high production value, with killer music too. Honestly, we don't get to fully appreciate the music, Tim, until we watch it back afterwards. But man, the energy that it puts out and just the place that we get to witness as a result of it is a beautiful thing, and it's a pleasure to join you, Tim, for this.
It's definitely been great. I believe we're going to try and get an interview at some point, so make sure you stay tuned as that might be coming very, very shortly. But just to, like I keep saying, these two players from Lucid and Trippy, they came through in this first, when the game first came out, they ended up beating Mikwin, who I love the guy, but he worked on the game for years, and we expected him to win the whole thing, right? Yeah, a little bit of advantage. We expected him to win the whole thing, and Lucid and Trippy came through and won that 5K. And honestly, with Cloud9 being, as revered as they have been, winning the last 6 tournaments, I really thought that maybe this would be a different story. But they shut me up, and I did predict them because I love OpTic, but they definitely have continued to evolve as players and evolve with Halo Infinite.
It definitely evolved, and only expect to see them continue to. Tim, the sky's the limit. Things have been improving and changing as far as like game skill so quickly, right? Even a day in, Lucid, Trippy were monsters at this game, but compare that to now, and it's night and day. Same with Renegade, Stellur. Only expect bigger, better things in the near future here, Tim.
100%. I do believe we have an interview.
Let's do it.
With Trippy and Lucid. Yeah, guys, I mean, this was an incredible tournament. I love to see that you've continued to evolve with the game. I mean, obviously, you guys won that first Choose tournament for $5,000. And, we had both predicted you guys to win this one, just so you know. But, you definitely came through with the confidence. And what gave you that confidence coming through? I mean, Trippy, for you, just in one play, challenging Renegade on C long there, it was great. And it really set the precedence of the series.
You're talking about the play at the beginning of the game, game 3?
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
yeah. I don't know. Like, sometimes you just gotta. I call them risk rewards, but sometimes, when you're feeling yourself, you take a 50-50 on yourself and just bet on yourself.
Yeah, that's the word.
You're just going rogue.
Sometimes
man.
it just works
You're
out.
banking on
Sometimes
that.
you just gotta go rogue. Sometimes you just gotta believe in yourself, I guess.
This is actually something I've noticed, and it happens a lot with C9 and 4s as well, is you take like a smart gamble, kind of. Like, where they are, where they're going to be, so you just go full aggro in that moment and just trust that it's going to work. And you have to, because if you don't, then it could screw up everything for you.
Oh, yeah, that's literally their play style. Like, they take so many, gambles, but in their mind, it's like, I'm going to go into this fight, and I'm going to win it. And that's exactly what they do, and that's why they're so good.
And then because they do, and then win it so quickly, they've got a timing advantage that they wouldn't have had otherwise. So it's like, that's kind of the cool thing. You guys do that too. It's just wild.
Lucid, I have to ask you, just this question is for you. In that very first game, obviously, you guys fell in game number 1. What really caused that? Was it like a warm-up issue? Were you guys not on the same page? What caused you to lose game number 1?
I mean, I feel like there's a few different factors to it. I haven't played 2s literally since the first tournament, so it's like I don't even know how things have developed in terms of play style in general. But it was like one of those sobering things where there's no shocks, there's no heat wave, which is fine, that's great. But the only thing to play for primarily is thrust. I mean, pistols and commando are so key as well, but thrust really was the one thing they were like, yeah, we just didn't even grab those, and they just had them the entire time. And I mean, that's kind of like every map can play out. It's like, oh, they just had the one important factor, and that's what made it so much easier for them. So we were really focusing on just, controlling those things, at least in that second Aquarius, and all the other power weapons and power-ups and equipments on the other maps as well.
Yeah, that definitely shined through in that second game. We had said that maybe Cloud9 would take that, because they took the first one, but you guys definitely shined through. And I love the tag team. Trippy, you ended up popping off in the first couple of games, and then you're like, you know what, Lucid, I'm going to give you a chance. And then Lucid, you popped off after that as well. Congratulations, guys, on the $1,000, of course. Thank you very much for being a part of this. You guys put on a show, which is exactly what we love to see as casters. So we really appreciate you guys. Thank you for coming in.
Of course, appreciate it. Thank you guys.
Appreciate you guys having us on here. It's awesome.
Real quick, by the way, I was thinking, I assume we'll do more of these. If you guys had to pick, because right now I consider you two to be the top duo in 2v2 as far as the performance that we've seen. If you had to pick a challenger, the next two, who would it be? Would you?
Great question.
Ooh, that's tough.
I mean, I don't know. The
Maybe
only
two. I was gonna say the only other team other than Stellur Renegade, probably Bound and Falcated, maybe.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I like that.
Maybe that duo or
Phase matchup. Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe that duo.
Okay.
You got me
something to look
now.
forward to. I like it.
Yeah.
Cool.
Very exciting. Very exciting. Thank you guys very much. We're going to let you go. I appreciate you guys coming through. Congratulations to OpTic Gaming for winning the Money Tuesday 2v2 tournament. Partnered with First Blood once again. Your champions here today. Shyway, it has been incredible casting with you today.
Pleasure.
I'm going to close out the show, my man. We're going to be here multiple times, guys. Make sure you hit that follow button. Once again, thank you to First Blood for partnering these Money Tuesdays. We'll see you next time when we get into the next tournament.
'Cause all I saw was